Hey guys, lowman02, actually playing a game with SugarDaddy right now, and we're a little late into it, but we're still playing. I think we do here. Let's attack and see if he blocks. First things first, I'm not sure. If he's on a Damnation draw or a Jace draw, I kind of like. Or Batterskull. Yeah, let's play this land out. And then I think what we do is this. I think we white green, play out Gaddock. Force him to remove this. He can draw a bunch of cards. We still have a path to exile. He obviously still has on a lot of cards. He just played a Maelstrom Pulse to get rid of our Sylvan Library as opposed to the Bitter Blossom, which means he probably has an alternate answer because Bitter Blossom in and of itself is generally tough for control decks to beat. It's slow. It's slow and grindy. I think it tends to be good against control and mid-range, though. It's obviously not great against aggro. I guess we're going to get tech edged here. That's okay. If he wants to do that now, I have no issues with that. It ties up 2 mana on his turn. I'm fine on mana right now. I'm pretty fixed. I guess if he blows one up, what does he blow up? The Murmuring Bosk? Murmuring Bosk or Mana Confluence. I think in the dark, probably Mana Confluence. I haven't shown him any cards that are not Abzan in color. Okay, cool. Fine with that. I don't think I path him here. I could let him leave up his tech edge, and maybe I'll get him on my end step. Let's see what we draw. Interesting. Well, I think what we do here is this. I think we end up playing it. Nah. If he has Toxic Deluge, though, how bad is that? I don't know. Let's wait a second. Let's wait a second here. We're going to attack in. I mean, eventually he's got to respect the fairy tokens. I don't know how he deals with it. You get the Sylvan Library interesting with the Maelstrom Pulse. I don't know if that's right. I guess it depends on his hand to some extent. Well, I think we play out the Cobra here. We'll force him to counterspell. If he wants to counter right now, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to wait on the land. Okay, you'll draw your cards this turn. I'm kind of hoping by holding the land, he may tech edge me here. I'll have to deal with Gaddock Teague, though, before he plays like a large threat out like a Batterskull, Jace, or Karn. But I do kind of want him to tech edge here. Okay, that's fine. And he may. Well, I think he'll probably leave up mana for the Thrasos if he doesn't have a way of getting rid of the Gaddock Teague. The good news is, I don't know if we'll win or lose this one. He's on a lot of cards right now. He could Toxic Deluge us. But our board is very strong against control, I think. Okay, what are we going to see here? A creature? A large creature? Possibly. Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking about. Okay, so if we get had by that, that's fine. That's why we didn't play out the knight. Does he have Spell Pierce in hand? Then we force him to show us. And maybe it would have been more right to do it on his turn, on his upkeep. We'll see. So that is pretty much the perfect answer against Gaddock Teague. I mean, he had it, so it's, what are you going to do? Well, that's interesting. We'll play this card out. No, I'm good. Makes tech edging a little bit more dubious. We'll obviously play the land down. Den Protector is very mana intensive, and I would like to utilize it to probably get back the Gaddock Teeg, but I don't know. That could be wrong. Okay, he's going to ponder into what? I don't know. Next turn we have a pretty sizable amount of threats coming at him. He could play out a Batterskull here if he manages to find it. Toxic Deluge is very good for him. Because he has Damnation in deck. Although his mana is not fixed to even cast it, so it's interesting. I'm kind of debating on like the Mana Confluence in the City of Brass. I do kind of like them because they're untapped lands that like do what I need them to do. I mean, they're just untapped. They don't take. I don't take damage, like 2 damage initially from using them. And like often I find like if I can resolve like a decent size. All right, well Damnation's online. We may see Damnation get cast this turn just to get rid of the Knight. I don't know. That may be hasty. He may just have like a Jace. All right, there's a Tasigur. Cool. Cool. I think here I start getting rid of his black mana. Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll see what else he plays. I have Karakas in deck too, so Karakas can take care of the Tasigur. Well, this is nice. Well, actually, I'm going to do this. I kind of want my green mana more. I'll tap this and this. Play out this thing. He can counter this if he wants. And I mean, he can counter it or he can use the Tasigur. Kind of his options. I mean, I guess you could Tasigur into like a Spell Snare, and that's just like, okay, well, I guess he has the best there in Spell Snare. So what we'll do is this. I'm going to sack this thing. And I'll let him tech edge me here if he wants, but he's still going to have to recast his Tasigur, which is definitely available next turn, but it slows him down a bit. And it keeps cards out of his hand. I believe we have Karakas here. Yeah, we do. Okay. All right, take your Tasigur back. And he can tech edge me if he wants to tie up 2 of his mana and not activate his Tasigur. That's kind of the gambit we're running is if he wants to activate tech edge to get this, he's going to either have to do it his next turn, which denies him mana efficiency, or he's going to have to do it now, and I'll give him back some nonsense, like probably the Spell Snare, to be honest. Yeah, that's cool. You can have back the Spell Snare. Yep. Cool. And take back your Tasigur. And what has us most worried here? I think this is right. If he has Damnation, it's obviously not good, but I don't think I can play around it here. I think I need to be able to get either the Gaddock back or the Selfless Spirit or the PTE. I just need the option open, so if this thing does live a turn, you're just going to see me sit back on mana. Now, if he plays like a Karn Liberated and like exiles the Knight, yuck. But I don't even know if he can play Karn out right now, though. If he plays Karn out, he has 1 mana left available. He cannot recast Tasigur. I don't think that's available to him. The reason we didn't give him BUGLeovold back is because he could cast it this turn and then also cast like Days Undoing and then just like... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We actually draw a card. You know, so maybe it made sense. I don't know. To give him the BUGLeovold back. I don't know. He's got a lot of nonsense cards in his deck too, though. Like, I think Days Undoing is just a terrible card in and of itself. It's just not good. It's a cool combo, but like, I just don't think it's good enough in and of itself. You know, like if you don't draw the BUGLeovold, like, are you casting that card? Like, if you are, like, you're helping the other guy out too. If it's not like into a BUGLeovold or okay, he pops some stuff back into our hand. Cool. And then I guess he's going to play on his Tasigur again. Or he's going to tech edge us and try to... He's going to tech edge us and play on his Tasigur again. Fine. Cool with me. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, but like, I'm going to have a huge Knight. Okay, well, you're going to cast that, I guess. Now you can't tech edge us. I would have figured the right play here was to use the Breeding Pool to tech edge or Caracas, and then play the Tasigur out. I don't know. I don't know if I like his line. I think I like the line I'm thinking in my head better because it's 5 plus 1 black, so that's, yeah, 5 cards. It would have been 5 cards without the portent. It would have been 5 cards with the Tech Edge going to his graveyard. Okay, well, that's a bad play. That's actually a misplay on his part. You can have that back. Yeah. And now we actually have the removal, which is very nice. So, we'll play this back out and get in there for 1. Yeah, that's a big misplay on his part. He should have gotten rid of the Caracas as opposed to casting the Portent. Yeah. Yeah, and he exiled his Leovold, so that means his combo cards are only online for I'm having a tough time thinking. They're only online for if he has the Notion Thief at this point, or I forget what the card's called. It's like plagiarism, something blatant plagiarism or plagiarism. I forget what it's called. All right, Chase, Architect of Thought, cool story. That doesn't stop Night. Yeah. Okay. You can counter this thing if he wants. Okay. Take care of that thing. With the Fatal Pushes, we did use the Polluted Delta earlier, so we've had to permanently leave the battlefield. And we've got a lot of options with our Den Protector. Or we can Knight into a Wasteland. We'll see. Kind of like using the Knight to Wasteland the Treetop Village. Okay. I actually think I take Caracas back here. And the reason being is because he can't discard it out of my hand this turn unless he uses like a randomized discard effect like Hymn to Turek, which is going to take a card out of his hand. Could be dead wrong. It also does shrink the Knight, which is not as good. But it gives him 2 things he has to answer, and I still haven't answered the Treetop Village at this point in the form of Wasteland. Okay, reveal the top 3 cards. You can have this. I think the answer here is, do I care about this? Counter target spell at the beginning of next time. Any combination. This is essentially a very bad version of Mana Leak. Or Mana Drain, rather. Okay. You can have the really bad version of Mana Drain. And I hate how this works. Wasteland's put into his hand. Okay, so he's going to Wasteland us. Cool. Don't Wasteland don't Wasteland a forest. That is a waste of a card. Okay. Get this. Oh, he ends the game here. Yeah, we have lethal. He obviously doesn't have, or he obviously does not have a way to stop it. Okay, Knight has a way of doing that. So Multani's presence, I think it kind of goes back to that one Tasigur turn, to be honest with you. Is green or white? I guess it gets Leovold. Eh. Like this. These guys are great. Actually, Dauntless Cathar. Hmm. I think I like these a little less. Don't think I need this. Don't think I need this. Just like make the deck as efficient as possible. Don't think I like this. Dismember, a little clunky, or not clunky. I mean, it's actually very efficient, but actually, is Castigate really good enough? Eh. I don't think we need the Dauntless Escort. If you could use white, like blue-white, we'd want it. Is Choke good enough? Eh. I don't know. Let's give Choke a shot, I think. I still want Reclamation Sage. I don't really think I need. These all seem great. All the swords, I mean. Any Siege Rhino? It's just big. Just a big guy. Well, you know, Thalia doesn't seem exceptional here. She's just a beating. Fauna Shaman's kind of slow, but I mean, it's still decent. Well, we're going to try taking out the Thalia. I feel like even Mind Sensor in some games, if it can just like get like one land or something like that, or blank couple cards, get a land and then blank cards in hand, I think it's just worth it. I got to take Vexing Shusher out of this board. I don't even like playing it against counter spells, because most of the decks that play counter spells play like point removal. And, yeah, it's just slow. Just with the Vexing Shusher, I mean, you have to cast it out on turn 2, and then like turn 3, you're only playing a 2-drop if you want to make it uncounterable, and it's just like, it slows everything down by a turn. It's like essentially putting a sphere of resistance on your side. It just allows you to resolve your spells. Which, I mean, I guess like against like mono counter spells is like great, like against mono blue. But like against anything running like red, black, or white, it's just like, okay, well, you know, they're just gonna Wrath of God you, or they're just gonna like burn that thing out, or they're just gonna kill it with point removal because it doesn't have hexproof or anything. Yeah, I think we keep this. It's a little bit slow. Yeah, we're going to keep it, though. He's on the play, which means he'll have counter magic up relatively quickly. The saving grace is, I think we'll play our birds out turn 1, and hopefully he doesn't have point removal for it. He's going down pretty low, so he may be hedged into keeping a worse hand. He's on 6. It's not bad. Now, the hope is he doesn't have, like, turn 1 discard, because the birds are kind of crucial to this plan. Looks like he might, though. We'll see, though. What do you got, man? What do you have? Okay, I'm glad seeing that. At least means my turn 1 birds will resolve. He's probably going to look to keep removal, like cheap removal, because we're on a creature-heavy deck. I don't expect that he will eschew removal. Did he shuffle or not? Alright, he did not. He kept all his cards. Okay, he draws. Well, Finks is a fine draw. Do you have a mental misstep, good sir? I guess he could daze this too, but I mean, that seems kind of loose. Hey, he's mental misstep, okay. Oh, good for him. And we're hoping to draw a land here. Tapped or untapped? Tapped, okay. Spell Snare in hand? Discard. Oh, Dread of Night? That's not really good against this deck. It's okay. You can spend your turn removing this thing, and then I'll just play a Finks out next turn, I think. This will fuel Delve for Tasigur as well if he wants to remove this thing, because this is like just a solid answer to his card. Dread Knight's not a card I really fear in this deck. I mean, this deck does run some green-white creatures, but I mean, it's... I don't think that's the card you bring in, to be honest. I mean, I guess if you have nothing else, it's okay. It just seems kind of like a blank card. I mean, already Fatal Push the thing. That's fine, too. Like I said, I'm kind of fueling the Delve right now. Alright, and we're going to play out some things here. And you're short on lands, huh? And you can kill the thing, and then it'll permanently die. That's fine. I mean, to him, the Dread of Night probably looks like the best thing ever. It's just gonna fuel Tasigur. Yeah. All right, you got it. And actually, here I don't even think I'd do that. I think I just oh, cool. White, green. Just play out this big old behemoth. Force him to deal with it. And he may have like a Liliana or something. And if he does, then, oh, well, he has nothing. Well then. I'm going to wait for him to do something here. He's got to. Okay. Yeah. That actually survives. I can't kill him this turn quite. So I'm going to leave up Tasigur with Caracas. Then next turn we have Lethal. So should be good enough. What have you got, brother? Yeah, Dread of Night is just like... I think it probably seems better than it is here. It's just like... It cost him a card, right? And so it's slowing us down a little bit. Yeah, good game. Yep, definitely good game, brother. Good game. And let's see if you'd like another. I'm going to go on a quick pause, guys. All right, guys, we're on the play here with this keep, and I think I am going to keep this. I hope very much so to draw... I think what we do is this. We play this out. Hope not to get wastelanded. If we get wastelanded, and we hope to draw a green man off the top. There's a preponderance of green man in the deck. And turn 2, we'll look to Inquisition him. Okay, I like seeing blue-white mana. Ponder, cool. We'll get to see what he's up to next turn. I could also cast in the Dustwatch Recruiter, but I think against blue-white mana, I'd prefer to get that thing down when I can activate it in the same turn. That may be ambitious, but we'll see. So, blue-white. He must have built a new deck. Or it could be like his enchantment, or not his enchantment. Yeah, it's like a... He's like hexproof deck. Okay, so for here, let's first look inside his hand. Oh, okay. Hmm. Alright, well, I think we have to bank on him not getting the mana next turn. Or, yeah. Because Diabolic Edict takes care of that Emrakul very well. And if he wants to burn off our Elf, that's okay. He doesn't have a creature in hand to do that with. He has to just discard random cards. I'm fine with that, actually. Yeah, that's fine. He's going to get the Edict at this point, though, which is not as good. That's bad. It's a good draw. I mean, if he'd had that before, I don't know, I may have debated taking that. It's a very solid draw on his part. We'll make it such that if he wants to discard his entire hand, he can do so. But he'd have to cast this thing for 3. And because it is Emrakul, he is doing it with. So unless he drew like... No, we know he drew Thoughtseize. So if he drew like... He doesn't have a way to reanimate, and he doesn't have another creature other than Emrakul. So he couldn't have drawn another way to reanimate, plus like a good creature that like he could Firestorm this turn and then reanimate into. So I think this is right. And we have another creature. We're probably going to get Scavenging Ooze, would be my guess. Yeah. Scavenging Ooze is probably right. Although, we'll see what he does here. He may try to Firestorm us out. And like I said, I mean, like, that's going to take away a lot of his hand's power as well, because it'll mean the Emrakul is gone. Well, maybe not. I mean, he could just ditch it and, like, essentially dump 4 cards down to 2 cards in hand. Then he's just banking for his top deck to work. You know? I don't know if I like that. I mean, he can just keep a land and just hope to hit his top deck and win. We're on more land than he is. Yeah, I don't know if that's right. We'll see what he does here. But he's got to ditch a bunch of cards to get rid of all these cards. It may be right just to do the Fauna Shaman. Well, he had to do the Fauna Shaman plus the Dustwatch Recruiter. Okay, well, he gets all of them and has no hand left. Any order is fine. I do not think that's right, though. Alright, Blooming Marsh. Go. So he has Dark Petition and Emrakul in hand. I mean, I guess if he just random... Okay, well, he drew a land. Cool. Good for him. Alright. Guys, this is a weird play. I'm going to cast this card out for no value whatsoever. Just to attack. Because I think having 6 power and a 3-turn clock is going to be relevant. Because I need to basically kill him before he can get to cards. Now, he could get lucky and just, like, randomly top something that does it here, but he had an Emrakul and, like, a 5-mana spell in hand. This is phenomenal. This is a top deck of a century. He's going to lament that he cast that Firestorm now, because this card just blanks his haste stuff. He could draw, like, a Show and Tell. If he draws a Show and Tell, I mean, that's just a lucky draw. I don't think there's a ton of outs. Okay, well, that's a land, so we know he's drawn 1 card that we don't know yet. Well, we do 6 this turn. We can kill next turn. Or get the Diabolic Edict back, which is also strong, I think. He's dead next turn. Okay. Alright, he didn't have it. Yeah, like I said, that Firestorm play was pretty all-in. I knew he could do it, but I didn't think it was the strongest play. Maybe we need to look at a better board for this deck versus the Reanimator. Castigate, get in there. This card seems bad. This card seems bad. Thrun seems unnecessary. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, no. I think this is it. Well, Deathmark's interesting. No, not really. Okay. I was thinking, I mean, maybe it is. Like, get a mana dork. I don't know. I still have a lot of removal in the deck. I mean, like, the removal is kind of blah. Because I don't think he runs a ton of creatures. Alright, well, this is a solid hand. I mean, it is a good hand. Keep. I mean, if we just get turn 1, then we just get turn 1. I can't interact with that. Or not turn 1, but like turn 2 or 3. The deck can definitely do that. Well, Doran's huge. We're going to get the Knight online first because it opens up Caracas options. This hand's obviously a lot better on the play. I mean, this deck's just better on the play. You could burn this thing out with a bolt or something. I actually enjoy this deck a lot. It's just mid-range is fun because they tend to be grindier matchups. It has pretty decent matchups against most things. I think one of its worst matchups is probably Reanimator, like he's playing right now. It does have tools inside of it to beat it. And our board has a couple tools, maybe a couple more, maybe like one more. We're going to get like Thought Seized here. If we do, I wonder if he takes like the door in just because it's so huge. I mean, I would hope he does, but I mean, he knows we have Caracas, so I think he would be smart. He's getting hemmed. Or is he like in a Tainted Pact or something? I'm going to have a creature. Which I'm fine with if it's like the Grim Flare. Oh, it's a Tarmogoyf. Okay. Cool. Well, that seems pretty good. Tarmogoyf is a weird one in that deck to me. I think I'm going to get a Savannah. And what we'll do is this. We'll put this card down. It's a lot of mana. What can you do with it is really the question. You know, I probably should have a Bajuka Bog in this too. Maybe over a basic Swamp. Alright, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Cool. You gonna bounce my thing? Okay. I'll replay it. It's fine with me. I mean, at some point you gotta draw. I have 2 threats now that Tarmogoyf cannot get around, so he's got to put cards in the graveyard. But the cool thing about Dramoka's command is that, like, here it's actually pretty interesting, right? He's on 1 black mana. I mean, the question is, can he discard it? Careful Study into, like, one of the reanimation effects. Just good game. There are draws. I mean, he's going for cards here. We're hoping he doesn't hit, like, Careful Study into instant speed reanimation effect. If he does, well, you know, GG. GG, opponent. And actually, does this work? Yeah, actually it does. So, like, the Knight would allow us also, if it was, like, a reanimation effect on, like, a creature with 5 or less toughness, allow us to use the Doran. Like, if it was, for instance, what's the card called? Not that. That's fine. That's mono okay. That is not. That's gonna die. Well. Hmm. 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 It's an interesting play, guys. See what he does here. The Jace will still die. Okay. Cool. And then what we're able to do here is actually fight, I think, with the treetop village because it's most resilient, and also leave up the knight for Caracas, which will keep us safe from crazy stuff. So he's going to put these in the graveyard. He misblocked, I guess. Oh, yeah, trample. Yeah, it has trample. Yeah, that's why I did it. And then here, what we're going to do is... then we'll fight that thing away to get rid of it. And leave up activation for Caracas. So that was I think, a pretty well navigated turn against Reanimator. Because we still have the Caracas up. I am wishing that I had a Bazooka Bog, but it comes into play tapped land, which this deck already has way too many of. Like I said, I need to rebuild this deck's mana. I need to relook this deck's mana base. Maybe it's as good as it gets. I don't think it is, though. I think there are some efficiencies to be gained inside of it. I like to think he's probably stuck here. On 4 cards, he lost his Jace. He obviously wasn't. He didn't expect the trample. The trample is what was relevant about the treetop getting in. And if he had blocked with 2, then I have the ability to fight and plus it then, and or just vindicate the Jace on the backside of it. All right, nothing, huh? Fishy. I guess you could reanimate one of his things on end step. Okay, well, he's got that. That's okay with me. Well, that's pretty strong. We're going to play the Garrick out. I don't think he runs counter magic in his deck. And take 5. It's a decent chunk of damage. Doke, more land. Next turn should be a pretty big attack, though. Actually, I think it's lethal. Or I think he's required to block. Okay, yeah, he gives it in. Good game, man. All right, let's see if he wants another. I'm going to go on a quick pause, guys.